Tut tut. Looks like rain. And I was just about to wash the car too, so my plans have been foiled. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do today. It's Sunday, so everything's closed. Can't get tires changed. I have some leaky tires. I have one that leaks for the 86. One of the wheels for the 86 has a leak in it, and it's actually leaking around the writing. Like, it's leaking around this part of the tire. Now that's kind of the first time I've seen that happen, but I did the old test with the spray the soap and water on it, and that's what it told me. Like, these ones. Same thing is going on with the RX-7. One of the front wheels has got a leak in it and it's always down on the rim. I don't know what's up with that. And again, everything's closed on a Sunday and I can't even, my tire machine doesn't even work. We got this a while ago. You guys saw the video. If you didn't, go look for it. It's in there somewhere, but there's a tire machine underneath here. It doesn't work because it's missing some parts. So, I'll take advantage of this lazy day and maybe clean out the car a bit. Maybe wipe it down since it's raining. At least I can get all the dirt off of it. Clean it up a little bit. And then, while I'm doing that, maybe I'll give you the thoughts on the car. Since now I've driven it for more than a complete year. I've driven through 2 winters with it. And a full summer, so I can give you a good idea of how I feel about the car and what it does and what it is. So after owning and driving this car for a little over a year now, I'm used to it. It's starting to settle in. I'm starting to feel like home when I drive it, which is a good thing, because, you know, changing up your car, getting a new car, it's like riding somebody else's bike. It feels all awkward at first, it feels kind of different, it feels funny, but once you get settled into it and it becomes a part of you, that's when it starts to get good. And what I noticed with this car, very much so, driving it every day, I get a good feel of how it's balanced, how the clutch feels, how it reacts to certain things, how it's going to do things. So I have a feel for it now. I can know what it's going to do, when it's gonna do it. Sometimes it still catches me by surprise. If you guys own these things, like, the way it kicks out in a corner and starts to slide compared to, say, the RX-7 is a completely different ride. And that's mostly, I would think, because of weight balance, weight transfer, and stuff like that. This one is balanced totally different, where it feels like the ass of the car is just gone when you slide. And then it catches itself. But it feels like the front stays planted and the back of the car goes way out where, like, you think it's gonna go, right? Like, where it goes actually past where you think it's gonna go. It goes very, very sideways. But like I said, it catches a certain spot and it just stays there and it just wants to keep going, and you can just put your foot into it and drive through it. A little correction in the steering here and there to keep it going in the way you want, but it does definitely do it. And considering it's got much less horsepower than, I'm gonna use the RX-7 as another example again, because that's the only car that I've drifted in the last few years. Because it doesn't have the same power as it, that makes a huge difference. But the car is it handles so well and it's so balanced, I don't feel that you need that power. Like, I'm really tempted to take this thing out to a racetrack and just, like, let it all hang out and do my thing and see what I can do and how it reacts, because I got a feeling it's gonna go very, very good. It might even outperform the RX-7 in the sense that it's much easier to drive and it does what you think it's gonna do. Probably my most favorite thing is definitely going to be the characteristics of the handling, because, like I said, it gets out, it sits in its spot, it knows where it's going to settle, it feels good, it feels right. But the thing that I like about it also is to initiate. It's so easy. Like, you can, some cars where you have to do like a little whip on the steering or a clutch kick, or you have to do like a manji style thing, little switchback sort of thing, Scandinavian flick, whatever you want to call it, handbrake initiation. This car, it seems like you can just enter the corner very fast and it's going to start to get out on its own. I have some corners around here that I like to drive that are very, very, like, you gotta slow way down. They're like 90-degree corners, you know, hairpin corner style. And with this car, I get into it and just keep going into it, and it flows through very nicely. It does what I would hope a car would do, and that's how it feels. Now, I've never driven an S chassis before. This year will be the first year if the boys get that car ready. So it feels kind of, apparently that's the way an S chassis feels. So maybe the S chassis guys can relate to the BRZ FRS crowd on that aspect, which makes me believe that in the near future, when these cars start coming down in price, like when the BRZ and the FRS become basically beaters, too many miles on them to keep them and stuff, and the prices go down, say as soon as it hits like 5-6 grand for a car, I think you're gonna see a ton of them out there on the track, a ton of them on the street. It's gonna be like the new Civic or the new Miata in a way. The Civic was super popular, they're everywhere. I got a feeling that's exactly what's gonna happen to this car too. So I'd like to think that I'm on the wagon before everybody else, but it is just a daily, and I don't plan on doing too much to this car, although there's no such thing as a car guy that says I'm gonna leave it stock and sticks to leaving it stock. So we'll definitely see what happens on that. So needless to say, I'm totally in love with the car. I'm very, very happy I bought it. I don't regret ever, like, I never had a second thought. I bought the car new, spent way too much money, more than it's worth. That's a definite thing. For sure I'll never get my money back, but you know what? My opinion, it was worth it, because if I'm gonna spend most of my time a daily driver on my way to work and back, I mean, that's like 2 hours every single day in a car. If you're gonna spend the money, you might as well get one that you like. I mean, I could have bought a Civic for 10 grand more, but then I'm stuck in some front wheel drive piece of shit. I'm not Honda, I'm just not a front wheel drive guy. It's been years and years I haven't owned a front wheel drive car, and I don't plan on owning a front wheel drive car just because it's not my style, it's not me, and it's not what I like. So before you guys go crazy in the comments, well, whatever, okay, go crazy in the comments, I really don't care. Send it. Mechanically, the car is amazing. It's Toyota. I mean, it does have a Subaru engine in it, right? But I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with this car for a long, long time, because you just can't seem to kill Toyotas. The FRSs and BRZs that are on the street right now are still holding it together. They're still all solid. That's not gonna be a worry of mine. I do have CAA. I do have the full warranty from Toyota, so if ever I do break down, I have my choice of 2 different companies I can call. But I don't think I'm really gonna need that. I hope I don't need that. I've had a flat once. I didn't even bother calling them because, hey, I got the donut in the trunk and I like to hit on my own. So instead of relying on people to bail me out, I just took care of it. Tires are off getting changed right now. So like, that's the only problem I've had with the car was a flat tire, and that's because I ran over a big ass chunk of metal, went right through it. So it's overall, it's amazing. In snow, it handles. I haven't got stuck yet. The traction control on this thing is pretty epic. I would let anybody drive this car in a snowstorm. I think I said that in the last review video I did on this thing. And that's that. It's good. It's good. I'm very happy with it. So my final content opinion thing about this car is going to be on the body styling, because we've touched already drivability, mechanical wise, and warranties, and how it runs and stuff, right? So it works good. So body wise, I think it's gorgeous. I think it's a great looking car. There's not too much that I would change to make it look like super sweet right off the bat, although the mags are going to be a big deal, and I would very much like to lower it on the ground. Now the only thing is, like I said, I use this car for a daily, summer, winter, all seasons, all the time. So I do want to be able to still make it in parking lots and stuff when I need to. So I don't want to lower it too much. I'm thinking maybe go to TRD springs. Like I said before, I've got a set of mags that are getting tires put on them right now. Decent tires that I can trust, not like the last ones that are kind of dry and leaky, and the ones I was using for drift. But so I'm getting some tires put on that. Those rims, these are 7-inch wide. The rims that I have for it are 9.5, and the offset is much better, so they're gonna look a lot cooler and be way better for summertime. Not so much for winter, because I have a feeling they would throw shit all over the side of the car, and it's already dirty enough out there. So styly wise, I mean, I'm not going to do too much. I think it is a very, very nice car as it is, and there's a little room to play. I might, if you guys notice, I've got a busted mirror. I was supposed to go to Toyota yesterday to get that stuff, never did. But as time goes on, I'll probably do a couple mods to it, and I don't know, part of me wants to just make it like the everyday race car, like take it to the track and stuff. Why not do some lapping? I might actually do some lapping this year because I could probably do pretty good with this car if I can get it to stick to the ground. And even if I can't, sliding around, I can still probably run a pretty decent time because I really know the car. I just need to learn the track a little bit. I guess that sums it up on this little review of my Toyota 86. I hope you guys like it. If you're thinking about buying one, I'd say do it. Don't hesitate, just buy the damn car. If you want a daily that's fun, that's reliable, that you can drive around with and have a blast, that chassis is a winner. I'm forever happy I have it. Next video, maybe we'll look at another car, maybe we'll do some fun stuff. I gotta go do Kiwi and see what the hell's going on with my 240, so catch up to you soon.